Most people think regret comes from bad decisions, big mistakes, loud failures, obvious errors. That's not how regret actually works. Real regret is quiet. It shows up months later, sometimes years later, when you realize nothing went wrong. And that's exactly the problem. You waited. You delayed. You assumed there was time. And that assumption is what hurts the most. When prices explode, when supply disappears, when rules change overnight, the people who stay comfortable aren't smarter. They didn't predict the future. They didn't see something magical coming. They were just earlier. And here's the part nobody likes to admit. Most of the things they owned weren't rare. They weren't impressive. They weren't expensive. They were boring, ordinary, easy to get, until suddenly, they weren't. Today I'm going to show you 8 things you'll regret not owning in the next few years. Not because they're trendy, not because they'll make you rich, but because once people collectively realize they matter, they disappear. And pay close attention to number 6. It sounds unimportant at first. That's exactly why people miss it. Every crisis follows the same pattern. First, people joke about it. Then they ignore it. Then they argue about whether it's real. And only at the very end do they panic. By the time panic hits, shelves are empty, waiting lists are long, and prices stop making sense. At that point, nobody asks what they should have done. They ask why they waited. This list isn't about fear. It's about recognizing patterns before they repeat again. Let's start. Long shelf life food. Not survival rations. Not emergency kits. Nothing dramatic. Just boring staples. Rice, dried beans, pasta, oats, canned protein. Every single time prices spike, these are the first things to disappear. Not because people love them, but because they create stability. Here's what most people misunderstand. This isn't about hoarding. It's about buying time. Time to think clearly. Time to choose calmly. Time to avoid bad decisions made under pressure. When you already have food, you don't rush to the store with everyone else. You don't accept insane prices. You don't feel trapped. You feel calm. And calm is a form of leverage most people never realize they're missing until it's gone. A reliable backup power source. This doesn't mean a generator for the end of the world. It means small, boring backup power. Power banks, solar chargers, battery-powered lights. When the grid goes down, even briefly, the panic isn't really about darkness. It's about control. Phones die. Information stops. Payments fail. Suddenly, people realize how fragile their routines actually are. The ones who stay relaxed aren't the ones with the biggest setups. They're the ones who prepared quietly. And once everyone realizes they need the same thing, it's already sold out. Basic tools. This is the one almost everyone ignores. A real flashlight. A simple toolkit. Duct tape. Work gloves. Not because tools are exciting, but because when systems slow down, small problems multiply. Repairs take longer. Help gets expensive. Services become unavailable. A loose hinge becomes a broken door. A small leak becomes serious damage. A dead battery becomes a real problem. People think they'll regret not owning investments first. They don't. They regret not being able to fix simple things when nobody is coming to help. Cash on hand. Not for investing. Not for getting rich. Just cash. Every system failure, every banking issue, every payment outage has the same moment. Cards stop working. Apps don't load. Transactions fail. And suddenly, cash isn't outdated. It's access. It's food. It's fuel. It's options. You don't need a fortune. You need flexibility. And the mistake people always make is waiting until they're told they need it. By then, everyone wants it at the same time. And that's when it disappears. Practical skills. This is where things get uncomfortable because skills can't be ordered online. Cooking from basics, fixing simple things, growing even a small amount of food, solving problems without instructions. During stable times, skills feel optional. You can outsource everything. You can rely on convenience. During unstable times, skills quietly become currency. The people who adapt fastest aren't the most educated or specialized. They're the most useful. And regret hits hard when you realize you can't download competence. A way to filter or store water. Clean water is invisible until it isn't. A simple filter. Stored water. Basic purification tablets. You don't need to live off-grid to need this. Short disruptions happen more often than people expect. When they do, water becomes the most valuable thing you own. People always think they'll figure it out later. Later is usually too late. A community or reliable people. This isn't something you buy. It's something you build early. Neighbors you know. People you trust. Mutual help. Every crisis reveals the same truth. Isolation makes everything harder. The people who recover fastest are never completely alone. They have someone to call, someone to exchange help with, someone who looks out for them. Trust takes years to build and seconds to lose. And finally, time. Time to think ahead, not time to panic. Time to prepare before you're forced to. Here's what most people don't like to admit. They know these things matter. They just don't feel urgent yet. Urgency only appears when options disappear, when shelves are empty, when prices jump, when waiting becomes expensive. That's when regret shows up. Not because people didn't know, but because they postponed. Preparedness isn't about predicting collapse. It's about reducing dependence. Every item on this list removes one point of pressure, one moment where you're forced to react instead of choose. And the more pressure you remove early, the calmer you stay later. None of these things are rare. None of them are extreme. None of them are expensive yet. But they all share one trait. They matter before people realize they matter. If you want to stay ahead instead of reacting late, subscribe. This channel is about seeing patterns early, not panicking later. And tell me in comments which one you already have, and which one you'll think about differently now.